Yeah, okay, that's a good question. So with regarding the Ponzi schemes, I mean, they're like everywhere. They're not just in Africa, they're in other countries as well. And it's sad it's happening, but one of the best tips that I would recommend anybody who is trying to buy Bitcoin is to check out if there are any like tutorials on the application out there. So if you see any tutorial or like a step-by-step guide on how to buy Bitcoin from this app, I believe that that's more or less legit, especially if you have like people sharing their experiences of using the same app. For example, my story of how I got into BitNob was me literally, so I was scrolling one night at 2 a.m. in the morning, and I came across this beautiful video of BitNob, and I was like, oh my gosh, that app looks so sweet though. So I was like, let me download this thing. And that was at the point where I was very interested in owning Bitcoin for myself. So I downloaded it and I used it, and I was so excited about it such that I was now like, man, I need to do a podcast episode about BitNob. And that was I was literally doing a walkthrough step by step on how to use BitNob based on my own experiences, the charges, interactions with customer support, like everything. And that got BitNob's attention. So if you see people talking about how to use an app, and especially if they give you the whole walkthrough, I spent this X amount of money, I've waited for like a month, nothing happened to it, everything is working fine. Like those are the kind of reviews that could guide you and be like, okay, this place looks legit. Of course, do your own research, check out like CEOs, the people behind the brand and all that. But I feel like the experiences of users are like the best way to test whether the app is legit or not. So that was BitNob for me. I tested it. I heard of other people using it as well. Got the CEO on my own podcast, heard from his own mouth and stuff like that too. And that just helped me become more confident about the app that I'm using. And then secondly, if you're using something new, always start with a low denomination. So before I got into the whole Bitcoin space, I was more or less a fintech girl. So I love talking about fintech applications, reviewing these apps, sharing my own experiences with them. And anytime I tested a new app, I would always put in a little amount of money, whether it's like $10 or $5, and test it out for about a month or so to see if my money would disappear or if everything is okay. So that is something that new users could do as well. Just don't put like your whole life saving into something that you're just trying for the first time. You could try with as low as like maybe $5, $10 and see if it works. I would say wait it out for about a month or so, and then let that be your anchor of confidence, like to be confident on, and say, okay, I can put in a little more and a little more after that. I think that's how you can be a loyal fan to whatever application you use. So doing your research, checking if there are any reviews from other people. And I'm not just talking about Google, those Google app reviews or like, iPhone app reviews. I'm talking about people literally talking about these apps, maybe on social media, on YouTube, on a podcast or something. I feel like that is how you can get like real in-depth understanding of whether the app is good or not. So yeah, those are my tips.